Hello, my name is Selena.
And my name's Theoni, and you are listening to Piping Hot.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Piping Hot. We are so excited that you have joined us for today's really exciting episode.
I know, honestly, I'm very excited to talk about our topic today. I don't even know what to say. I'm just ready to talk. Well, it's hard because, obviously we're doing, an episode every other week. And,
yeah.
But honestly, it's been good because I've had a lot of time to, listen.
Right? See, that's the thing.
Let it simmer.
That's the thing, because I feel like our previous episodes, we've done it so fast, which, totally makes sense, and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But now I've gotten, almost a month-ish to, marinate and really digest everything. It's just, it's great. It's great.
It is. It is.
How have you been? I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while.
I have been better.
Yeah.
For you guys listening, not to be a downer, but, my grandpa passed away this past week, and so I'm thankful that I was able to go back to Minnesota for 5 days and be with family and for the funeral and everything, so that was really good. And so that was good, but obviously not in the best space. Because I was in Minnesota from Monday through Friday, and then last night I had a birthday party, and so now I'm just so I don't know. It's been a whirlwind, and the fact that it's already Sunday and I'm about to go in to work tomorrow is actually disgusting to me.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it is. I might go through a few emails today to try to just so I don't, because I think I looked briefly yesterday and I had 60 something emails. So I'm I just gotta feel I just want to go and delete a bunch so I don't have as much to do tomorrow.
Yeah. Question, do you get paid for that if you look through today?
No. I mean, it's on salary. I guess I could put in the hours, but I would never do that because technically I would be able to do it tomorrow.
I'm just a really a big advocate of doing the bare minimum for a job that most likely does not care about you.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. It's more for my own mental sanity.
That makes sense.
But I am glad I ended up choosing the Friday night flight because I know that if I had come in Friday morning, I would have felt like I had to work Friday. And I think I just needed the day. So it was good.
That was smart. Good.
Yeah.
Are you still going back for Easter?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So I already have my flight. But I'm flying out Saturday morning.
Okay.
And then I'm flying back late Monday night. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. So a quick weekend. Nice.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. But
yeah.
Anyways, what's new with you?
I mean, nothing much, really. April has been lasting for too long. I need April to be done, yesterday.
I know. I feel like you said that last time we recorded, too, where you're just I feel like you were saying 2024 just isn't your year.
No, honestly, I would love to start with a new year, but I'm gonna take it one step at a time. I need to start with a new month. So I'm looking towards May at this point. Nice. But yeah, I mean it's been fine. I just need to start over with May, I feel like. But I mean there have been some positives. Which, right, I mean, you need to balance out the bad with the positive. Ugh, bullshit. But yeah, no, I hung out with some friends, went to a bookstore a couple weekends ago.
Ooh,
I don't know.
Fun. Did you end up buying anything?
I did. I walked in thinking I'd only buy one book, and I bought 4.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Crazy.
Horrible.
A little book haul.
I know. Oh, I know. But yeah, no, I mean, it's been fine. Oh, I was going to tell you.
Oh, boy.
It's so crazy. Oh, no, it's nothing crazy. But I think it's crazy, though, because, on Friday, the 26th, it's mine and Jack's 2nd wedding anniversary. Already!
What the heck?
Isn't that crazy?
Crazy!
I know.
How are you feeling? What are you guys doing to celebrate?
We're going to go to dinner, and then
Nice.
Jack booked us a couples massage, which I'm
Magic.
so excited
That'll
for.
That'll be so good.
We both need it. We've both been so miserable with work lately, where I'm this is, we need this. Like, this
yeah,
is what
you
we
need like just time to relax, rejuvenate,
Yeah, so I'm really
2
excited.
years.
I know. Like, what is time?
I know, literally,
how time?
What is time? How time?
How time? Like,
Aww.
it's wild, but I'm really excited. So I'm looking forward to that at least. Okay.
Yeah, no, that'll be good. That'll be good.
Yeah. But I think that's it from me.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. What are you reading, watching, listening to, consuming?
Oh, no consuming. I'm consuming
nothing.
Yeah,
sorry.
Okay.
I forgot. Oh my God. Y'all, I don't know what year it is. I don't know what day it is. My brain, like this whole past week, like I feel like I've been frantic. Like I'm either super tired or I'm super hyper. I can't keep my thoughts straight. Anyways, what are you reading? Let's start there.
Yes, we'll start there. So, I finally fucking finished Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee.
Finally. Okay, what'd you think?
Okay, so here's the thing. Like, I was taking it slow on purpose, okay? Because I knew it was the last book of this trilogy. Like, I would not get any more of these characters. Like, she's done. She's done with this series, which, like, I respect that. Yeah. So it took me fucking forever, but it was so good. Like, so
good.
Like, just so good. I mean, I wouldn't highly recommend because I cried so much during it.
Aww.
And I knew what was going to happen at the end. I knew it. I could see it coming. And still, I was like, when it happened, I was like, no, it can't. But no, it was so good. I'm really sad that, like, I'm done with that trilogy. But it was just, like, so good. I loved it. So.
Nice.
And then now I am currently reading Harrow the Ninth, which is the second book in the Locked Tomb trilogy. It's like an adult sci-fi series. I read the first book like early January or whatever. So my Libby request finally came in, right? The ebook came in, and so I was like, well, I'm just going to read it now.
Nice.
Theoni, I have no clue what the fuck is going on.
Oh, no. Did you forget, like, the plot of the first book? Or, like, what happened?
No. It's like she fucking trashed everything. And she's like, we're going to start with something new. Okay, here's the thing. I wasn't going to DNF it. I was just going to put it aside and read it later when I'm more mentally prepared.
Yeah,
But then I was like, no. Like, I should just keep going. Like, I already have the stupid book in my Kindle library. Like, I'm going to have to wait another few weeks for, like, the Libby thing to come back in. I was like, oh, I already have it right now. Like, let me just read it.
Yeah.
It's so confusing, but it has amazing reviews on Goodreads. Everyone I've talked to on Twitter say it's like the most amazing book. They wish they could reread it again for the first time. And I'm like, are we reading the same book here? Like,
well, do you think it's like a Fourth Wing situation where everyone's gassing it up and it's like not good?
No. I think the author is playing on an unreliable narrator so well that, like, it doesn't even feel like it's the same story. That's why I'm so confused, because I'm like, what is happening? Like, this doesn't seem like the character, because it's like it's in a different perspective of a different character from book one. So it's just following someone different. Yes, it's following someone different, but I'm like, this doesn't seem like the character that I knew from book one. And I think there's a reason for that, but I'm slowly going to get there. And so I'm going to push through it. I believe the people that, like, it's going to be so amazing. So I'm just going to push through it. Yeah, I'm going to get my answers slowly. Okay.
Good.
I think what is really hard for me too is that she uses second POV, and I have never read a book in second POV. So it's always like, you woke up, you went to the door, and then you carried the sword and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, me? I don't want to be in the story.
Yeah, literally. Wait, that's so, I don't know if I've ever read a book like that. That's so interesting.
Yes, I haven't either. And then what's even worse is that in some characters, she switches back to third POV and talks about Harrow, the main character, is like, Harrow did this and blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, so something's happening. Something's fucked up. So I'm just like gonna keep reading.
Waiting for it to like click.
Yes. Yeah.
I think it will eventually.
I think so too. Yeah. I think it was just really hard to get into like the first 50 pages because I was like, excuse you? So
yeah, no, that makes sense.
But dang. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get through. What are you reading?
Since we've talked, I finished A Not So Meet Cute, which was
Yes.
good.
Oh,
I
good.
actually really liked it. It was like, it's kind of like the classic, like, spicy, like, stupid book, but like, I liked it. I definitely want to read the other ones, but that's basically what I've been reading, and I really didn't read it all last week because I was just like busy with stuff. I think the next book I'm gonna read is Luck of the Draw by Kate Clayton or something like that. But anyways, another just like random romance book that I found, so we'll see how it goes.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So. I feel like I've heard of that book before.
And I think, I think after that, too, I'm going to read Seven Husbands, so I'll let you know. Yeah.
Shut up. Yep. Shut up.
I have it. I'm ready.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. Okay, wait. You have to let me know your thoughts.
Okay.
Because I love Seven Husbands.
When does Emily Henry's book come out?
Tuesday. Which I was going to ask.
So excited.
Which I was going to ask if we could start on Saturday, because I'm trying to fucking get through a couple of books before I read that one. Okay,
that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I'm ready for another Emily Henry book to destroy me. It's a yearly occurrence. Okay, I'm always ready.
Oh my gosh. What are you watching?
So I finally finished the live action Avatar: The Last Airbender show.
Okay, how do you feel about it now that it's done?
It was fine. I think like at the end, I will admit that like I just wanted the last episode to be on like 2 times speed. Like I was just like over it. I was just like, so okay, done. I guess. I mean, like there are some really good aspects to the show. I think the actors did a really great job with the material that they were given, but as a whole, I don't think it was like the best. So
gotcha. I just think it goes to show not everything has to be live action. Okay?
Yes, exactly.
Same with like all the Disney movies. I'm like, just like the originals are the originals for a reason. Like, come up with new stories.
Exactly. Like we can leave the originals as the originals. Like we do not have to reinvent them. Like I don't
literally.
Like why? Why are we reinventing them? I don't know. So
who knows?
But yeah, and then I started a romance anime called Sign of Affection. It's like 12 episodes. Everyone has been telling me to watch it, so I'm just gonna try to like bang it out really quick. But it's basically a romance anime where the main character is deaf, and the guy that she falls in love with, like, learns how, like, they fall in love, and he like learns how to sign to like communicate with her. It's the most adorable thing in the world. Like, so
that sounds so sweet.
So like fuzzy, like it's all it's great.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You have to let me know how it is.
Yeah, I will.
Nice.
What are you watching?
Honestly, I've been watching Gilmore Girls. I'm in season 6 now, and then I have also been watching Abbott Elementary, which I just finally watched the last episode of the season. So
nice.
I like how they ended the season. I will say the season as a whole I didn't love, but I'm hopeful with where the season ended that it'll kind of like get back to what it should be.
Yeah,
so
good.
I'm hopeful. And it was kind of cool because I don't know. Have you seen that guy on TikTok? I think his name is LaRon Hines or something like that. And he does the thing where he's like, Jabria, are you smart? And basically like ask,
I am.
Exactly. Jabria was a guest star.
No, I love her.
I know, she was so cute, and she was like sassy and adorable. So that was kind of fun. I was like, I recognize her.
Jabria, you star. I love her. How old is she now?
I don't know. She's got to be like 7 or 8
because she was pretty young when that TikTok started, like circulated.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Crazy.
Oh, she got her
so that was kind of cool. I know. I was so happy.
I love that. What are you listening to?
Okay, so obviously I've been listening to what we're going to talk about today.
Yes.
I have to mention this. I have not listened to Taylor's Surprise double album yet.
Yes.
I'm waiting until I can give it like my full attention, honestly. I don't know. I've been listening to lots of things. So I've been listening to Fletcher's album, which we also talked about.
Okay, I need your thoughts.
Yeah, I think my favorite song is Maybe I Am.
Right?
Yeah, that slaps. Like, the chorus is so catchy.
It's so good.
And then I also like Doing Better and Attached to You. So I think those are my favorites, yeah.
Literally the same.
Yeah, no, well, I think what happened is because you talked about it last time, and I was like, okay, I gotta listen. But yeah, it slaps. It's so good.
It's so good.
I've been listening to You Need Me Now by Girl in Red featuring Sabrina Carpenter.
Yes.
Honestly, I like this song, but I wish Sabrina sang the whole thing. Because there's something about how she sings it that's so good. I've been listening to Walk Like This by Flo, which I need to listen to more of Flo's music because
Flo is amazing.
Yeah, I literally have only heard this song, but I need to listen to more because I really like them.
Listen to Cardboard Box. They have
Cardboard
literally so many different versions and remixes of Cardboard Box. The original is great. Oh, there's a different version that I love. I love Cardboard Box. There's another one that I was listening to.
Well, you'll have to find it and then send it to me. Yeah.
But Walk Like That, or whatever it's called, so good. I feel like they're so underrated and their harmonies are gorgeous.
No, literally. No, they literally are so good.
Oh my gosh.
I've been listening to Forget About Us by Perry, which is, so Perry Edwards was in Little Mix. I really like her song. Like, it's very summer vibes.
Oh,
so I've been listening to that.
Good.
I've been listening to Illusion by Dua Lipa, which, here's the thing. I really, really like that song, but it does sound so much like her song Hallucinate from her Future Nostalgia album.
It does.
I mean, I like Dua Lipa, but I think she needs to experiment a little more because it's not even like she has a sound. It's like the songs literally feel the same. Yeah. Not that it's a good song, but I'm like, let's experiment a little more. Even like the production or something to like, you know.
I agree and disagree because again, I feel like she is so good at that sound where I'm like, you take it and you run, and that's her niche. I don't think anyone else is doing what she's doing in that kind of genre the way that she's doing it. So I think that's like a really unique angle that she has finally found and grasped, and she does it really well. I do agree though that at some point there needs to be a differentiation, if that's a fucking word, between some of the songs, because then at one point it's like, I want to give her the credit because I know that she's an amazing songwriter and producer, right? But how much are you recycling, and how much who's in that room to really help you bring those things to life? Because producers and writers really make or break a lot of things.
No, 100%. And I look at the songs she's put out. I'm looking forward to her album because maybe there will be new stuff on it, and the singles they chose them because they knew they'd perform well. But like Houdini sounds like One Kiss. Illusion sounds like Hallucinate. Training Season kind of gives me the same vibes as like Physical. Like, I don't know. It's just, but anyways, so I've also been listening to Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. That song, Girly is getting her moment, and I'm so happy because that song is so good. It's like so literally addicting. The song of summer. It is addicting. It literally is.
You know what? The first time I listened to it, you know what I thought? I immediately thought Doja Cat, because it almost sounds like I don't know what album. It was the album prior, I think, from whatever Doja had released or whatever. But it literally sounds like Doja in a good way. Where I was like, oh my God, Sabrina! Like I didn't think that this was kind of like the pivot where she'd go, but I love it.
No, it's so good, but it's like she pivoted, but it still sounds like her.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm
always literally walking around the house. I'm always like, I'm working late because I'm a singer.
It's so good. I was like, yeah. Yeah, I am. Okay, then the last song I've been listening to. You can give me crap for this, okay? Really
is it
can.
No. Is it gonna be The Karma but by Brit Smith?
It is.
Okay, wait. We need to discuss that. We need to discuss all that drama because it's psycho.
No,
I knew it. Because you sang it word for word last episode. I was like, it was stuck in your head. So I bet the Brit Smith version is stuck in your head now.
Here's the thing: the Brit Smith version is actually so good.
So good.
Like it's so good. It literally just goes to show that JoJo's a problem. So for those of you who don't know, basically JoJo Siwa was like, we talked about this last episode a little bit where she's like, I'm making the biggest pivot of my generation. And she comes out with this song called Karma's a Bitch. And we all know JoJo posts videos of her singing in the car. She's not a singer. She won't. She even said on the Call Her Daddy podcast that she will not call herself a singer. She'll call herself a performer. But like, she knows that she really just like cannot sing. Yeah. Like that's not her strong suit. So we all know that her version of Karma's a Bitch was auto-tuned. But here's my issue. She went around doing all these press tours saying like, when I wrote Karma and when
2 years ago, right?
2 years ago, whatever. Then all of a sudden this resurfaces a whole music video, an entire song by this girl, Brit Smith, word for word. So JoJo, you didn't write it. And then the worst part is when she got called out on it, she's like, I don't know who Brit Smith is. I didn't know. I'm like, JoJo, you can't say you wrote something when you didn't. So like that's such BS. Like it is. Here's the thing, you're allowed to buy the song and record it for your own rights, but then just say that's what you did. Don't say you wrote it when you didn't. Yeah. But the crazy thing is that, number one, Karma's a Bitch by Brit Smith slaps. Yeah. Like, it's so good. And in her music video, it was, like, produced by Timbaland, which, like, 10 years ago, like, that is crazy. Yes. So prime. Timbaland in his prime. Yes. The music video was good, but it's crazy because she had basically chosen a different song to be her kind of like breakout single, and it didn't perform well. So she had left music basically, and then all of a sudden this resurfaces and she's like, maybe I should give music another try. But the thing is, her version of Karma's Bitch charted way higher than JoJo's. Yes. So I think it's still charting. It's like still higher than JoJo's. And I am probably responsible for that because I love that goddamn song.
Honestly, it's so good. I will say, regardless, the hook was really catchy even before I knew Brit Smith's version existed. But then when it came out, I agree, it shows just how much an artist can make or break a song, and just how much like that interpretation can really vary. Because like, for example, if you remember, God is a Woman by Ariana Grande was not originally hers. It was Camila Cabello's, which is so crazy. If you haven't heard Camila Cabello's version of it, it's wild because the way that Ariana Grande interprets it is so different.
Yeah, no, literally. Yeah. But at least Camila and Ariana can both sing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, you're right.
I'm sorry.
You're right. But yeah, wow. I mean, okay, wait. This kind of tails off of this conversation. Have you seen all those fucking weird ass Disney people, or all these younger people coming out the same way as JoJo, being like, oh, this is my song, and it's like Ella Mai's Boot Up or Selena Gomez's what's that song of hers?
Oh, who says? Yes. Who says? Yeah, that's crazy.
What is happening? How is that legal? How is that legal? It's your it's a cover. Just say it's a cover. Why are you saying that it's your song? Like, we know Selena sang it. Like, we literally.
I don't understand. People are just trying to get their 15 minutes. People are trying to get their name out there, and I'm like, I don't know. Foolish.
I don't know what
also
is happening.
No, I don't know what's happening with that either. And again, it just goes back to what we're saying. Like, people buy and re-record songs and do this and that all the time in the music industry. Yes,
look at Jolene, right?
No, literally. But like, don't act like you wrote it or created it yourself. You know what I mean?
And I think that's my biggest ick with it, because it's the way that they're promoting their song is it's their song and they wrote it and all that stuff. I was like, you didn't.
No, you literally didn't. That's so stupid. Yeah. Anyways, so that's what I've been listening to.
Wow, that's great. That's really great.
What have you been listening to?
So I have still been listening to Ariana Grande's album. It's so funny.
Yeah, me too. I feel like that's a given.
Yeah, that's an all, like 24/7 all the time, right?
Yeah, right, yeah.
It's so funny. One morning I like woke up singing We Can't Be Friends. Like I literally woke up and I was singing the chorus. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Must have been dreaming about it.
Yes, really.
Yeah.
I've been listening to Sabrina's new song, Espresso.
Nice.
I've been listening to Fletcher, Beyonce, and then I have also been listening to Taylor Swift's newest album, The Tortured Poets Department, which I've been like getting through. I think I needed a couple of listens to finally like vibe with it. I will say it's been really great to write to. So I've been like really vibing like while I'm writing my like adult fantasy. I really like writing to it. But yeah, that one has been what I've been processing all weekend. So
okay. No, I've seen a lot about it like on TikTok and things, but I'm excited to listen for myself.
Yeah, it's dense. If you can listen to it with the lyrics pulled up, I would recommend because
that's what I heard. Yeah.
Wait, I was gonna ask you this question too. Are you the kind of person? Remind me again, who first hears the melody, or are you the person who first hears the lyrics?
I would say probably the melody. Even though I love lyrics,
yes,
I feel like I notice like the melody and the instruments and all the production things first, and then I kind of start hearing the lyrics more.
Same.
But like my brain doesn't process both of them at the same time at the first listen.
Same, literally same.
Like,
same. Yeah, because my first listen is always like vibes with music, production, and like all of that. And then I go back and then I listen for the lyrics and the story itself. It's like such a weird process for me, but I'm literally the same way. And I think what's hard about Taylor Swift is that she is lyrics first, production second, which is fine. Like that's just the way that she produces. Especially this album, but it's hard for me because I'm like I'm like music. I'm the production part, so it's like kind of disorienting.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But that's all that I've been listening to.
Okay,
so yeah,
cool. Should we go into pop culture?
Yes, let's do it.
Cool. I feel like we already talked about the JoJo Siwa stuff more, so that's great.
Yeah, that's out.
I guess the first thing in general I'll bring up is just like Coachella. So there's been like a ton of performances and so many surprise appearances. So like I feel like the few I want to mention, like there's a few things. So number one, Renee Rapp brought out Kesha to sing TikTok, which honestly that is such a good duo.
Yes.
Like, and I love that she changed the words to not feeling like P. Diddy. She said, like, fuck P. Diddy.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
So pop off. So I love that. I love that Lana Del Rey brought out Billie Eilish because I knew their voices kind of gave me similar vibes, but I just feel like they meshed so well. And you can clearly tell that Billie really, really respects Lana and like what she's done, because I feel like Lana Del Rey, obviously we know, is constantly let down by the Grammys, is very underrated. And it's like Billie was like giving her the flowers she deserves, you know, which I think is really cool. So I love that. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's so interesting. I would have never thought that like Lana and Billie would go together, but then when they sang together, I was like, oh, this is literally, it makes sense. Like,
no, it makes,
yeah, right. I don't know why I thought that. Maybe just because they traverse different genres a little bit. But no, their like musicality and their voices are the same. Like, it's crazy.
Like, because they sing Ocean Eyes together, and I'm like, so that like. That sounds like it could be a Lana song almost.
Yes.
So it's crazy. Yeah.
Like, that was Billie's like origin story, Lana Del Rey. It literally makes sense now.
Yeah, no, for real. So that was cool. And then obviously Sabrina Carpenter at Coachella. She has been killing it. I feel like she was made for that. Like, number one, I love that she did the I forget what the song is called. It's like Love Struck or something like that, where it's like, love me, say that you love. She mashed that song with Feather, which I think was super cool. And then I also really like that she did her nonsense outro for Coachella weekend too. I don't remember exactly what the lyric was, but basically she referenced Saltburn drinking the bathwater.
Yeah. Honestly, iconic of her.
My jaw. She literally is so unserious, and I love it. Like, she's just so cheeky.
I want to see like Barry's reaction to that. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. No, I want
to
too.
I love that have you seen the TikTok where it was from Weekend 1?
Yes,
and it's
where
like the
she
audio.
waves.
Yes, she's like, Barbie has a good day every day, but Ken only has a good day if Barbie notices him or something. It's literally them.
Literally them. I love it so much. Oh my
They're
gosh.
so cute.
It's
I love
so
them.
Cute. Yeah. So that's kind of my first thing.
It's funny because every year I'm like, I'm never going to go to Coachella. That looks like a fucking nightmare. And then every year I proceed to have FOMO every single time. Because I'm like, what are you talking about that Lana brought out Billy or whatever? Like all that stuff.
Know.
I'm like, ugh, whatever.
That's the thing. I would love to go for the performances, but I know, give me 2 hours and I'm going to start elbowing people.
Yes.
Like I will get overstimulated and I will get violent. Like I
was not made for festivals. Like I'm made for like a stadium arena tour and
when
that's about it.
Seat.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
My first pop culture item is that O.J. Simpson passed away from prostate cancer at the age of 76. I think it was like earlier in April. I don't remember the date, but he has passed away, which is crazy.
I forget if this was a rumor or if this was real life, but I heard that his kids and like family who came to visit him like on his deathbed basically had to sign NDAs.
No, it just came out that like no one came to visit him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like the first statement was like, oh, he was surrounded by family and friends during his last day. And literally, I think a couple days ago, his lawyer or whatever, I don't remember, was like, that's not true.
Do you think OJ did it?
I would say so. But I don't know. I mean, like, when I was in my true crime era, I, like, knew all the facts, and now it's, like, out of my head.
Yeah,
but
I don't know
the glove didn't fit. All that bullshit. Like, I'm, like, okay.
Yeah. No, it's, I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, so.
And everyone now is again saying, like, this rumor has been around forever, that, like, OJ is Khloe's dad. Khloe Kardashian's dad.
Oh, yeah, that has been forever.
I know.
Yeah.
I really wonder if that's true. Sorry, I really do.
I don't know. I mean...
She does look different than the other sisters.
She does.
And there was comparisons between Khloe and one of OJ's daughters.
Yes. I did see that, too. Well, I mean, I'm thinking, because, like, Rob was, like, pretty big and tall, too. Mm-hmm. But he wasn't as, like, bulky as like OJ.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Who knows? That man definitely brought a lot of secrets to his deathbed. That I know for sure. I just don't know what those secrets are. Yep. All right. My last pop culture, because I only had 3.
Okay.
So CinemaCon happened and Wicked was there. So obviously we got more clips, which I'm obsessed with, but like Cynthia and Ariana talked and like Jonathan Bailey was there and Jeff Goldblum and Michelle Yeoh and like and Ethan Slater, of course, Mr. SpongeBob, but like it's literally I just cannot wait for that movie, and I'm so annoyed I still have to wait till November. I think the cast just seems genuinely like friendly, because I think individually they all are like good people. Yeah. But like it's genuinely such a talented cast, and the thing is like obviously there was stunt casting, but I feel like this is stunt casting gone like perfect. Yes. I just hope it lives up to the hype. Like, I'm so nervous.
I am a little nervous, but I feel like the cast would hold it to its true story. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they wouldn't let it fail. I feel like they're such theater geeks and like, you know, like theater kids at their core, that I feel like they wouldn't allow whatever the Hollywood effect to happen to it or whatever. Fair. But I don't know. Like, you never know with these these like adaptions. But I still am very, very like hopeful that it's gonna be great. And also I just love Wicked too. So
me too.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay, I have two more. One I added like last minute, but so the season 3 full trailer of Bridgerton dropped like a couple weeks ago, whatever.
It did.
And I just want to say, I wasn't aware of the plot between Colin and Penn. Like, I feel like a fake fan because like I'm like, what do you mean he's helping her to like get a husband while he is falling in love with her?
It's so juicy. It's so like, I literally wait. Can I mention something about that?
Yeah, go
Nicola
for it.
Is so out of the two of them. I'm getting chills just talking about it. Like, we are literally not ready. But she said, number one, they broke furniture while they were filming.
Yeah.
Number two, apparently there was one sex scene where the director yelled cut and they didn't hear the director and they just kept going. And then it's crazy. It's crazy. It's
gonna be steamy. Steamy.
Ready.
Honestly, like I'm ready for it because I feel like as great as season 2 was, because season 2 is still my favorite, it really played up the enemies to lovers, but like there wasn't a lot of like physical stuff during it. So I feel like I really hope season 3 is. You know what I mean? Like
I think it will be for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And then my last one that I just added really quickly is that Tate McRae's tour officially kicked off overseas or whatever. I don't know if you've seen any of the videos, but it is so good. It's so interesting because we had reviewed her Think Later album and it was fine. It was a fine album. There were some songs that I liked, some songs where I could skip. It was fine. I think it's so interesting though that like this album on tour feels so different. It's like completely different. And I'm like, it's just so interesting the way that like mediums can really change it, but in a really positive way.
Well, no, I was going to say, I feel like, but that makes sense because she's a performer and a dancer.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do still think that she needs to just get a headpiece rather than having the microphone and stuff. Like, I
agree.
But
I agree.
But I think, like, people need to stop saying, like, oh, like, when does she actually sing the songs? Like, I think that's just her brand. Like, it's very Britney Spears, where, like, she's going to be dancing.
When she does sing, it's amazing because she goes off of her original vocal line, and it's so good. Every fucking time, it's so good. I'm like, girl, can I just have a freaking live concert album? Like, I love your studio album, don't get me wrong, but, like, I honestly just want the live concert
for sure.
now. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Nice.
Yes, that is it for pop culture.
Okay, Selena, tell our audience what we're going to be talking about today.
Yes, today, Theoni and I will be talking and discussing Beyonce's newest album, Cowboy Carter, which I am so excited for.
Me too. I've been like waiting to talk to you about it.
Same.
But I honestly think this is one of those albums that I'm glad we gave it a little more time.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's going to be similar to Taylor's album, which I haven't listened to yet, in the sense that, like, I need to let it sit with me. And, like, here's the thing. Like, I guess one of my overall thoughts for this album.
Yes.
I think it's one of those albums where I want to listen to it in order. Like, obviously, there's different songs here and there that I'll listen to on its own. But, like, she didn't, like, yes, this is an album, but it also feels like just like a body of art that, like, tells a story that you have to listen to in order.
Yes, correct.
But, like, here's, I don't know if this is a hot take, but, like, obviously this is a country album, right? But it also doesn't sound like a country album, but, like, not in the way that I mean it's not a country album. But I think it's because Beyonce is doing something so new and she's so good at, like, blending genres that, like, I got like a taste of like Latin music in some. I got like some gospel in some of the songs. I got some like pop in some of the songs. I got R&B in some of the songs. So like it is a country album, especially with like the instruments. But it also, I just feel like calling it a country album like doesn't say enough about it because there's so much there. You know what I mean?
I agree. It's so interesting though too, because it's like it's a Beyonce country album, but in all the positive ways that you say that. And I love that she addresses it in American Requiem straight out of the gate of like, well, what is country? Like, who defines it? When was it defined? Why are we defining it? Like, it's just like so interesting. And I also just want to say that like this album is so steeped in history with its allusions that it references and all that stuff. Like, it feels... It's an album, right?
Yep.
At its core, but I think she did such a wonderful job of layering in all the insightful information of just the history of country and just everything like that.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like, I think she obviously, like, you think country music, you think the South, you think like all that stuff. But like, I feel like she like blends that with like history of like Black people in the South and like what that sounds like together.
Yes, so I agree. I agree.
I can't say enough, and I still feel like it's all simmering in my brain because every time I've listened, there's something new. I know. I just think she's so smart, and like honestly, this is part of the reason why I really like Blackbird. Like I feel like that's a good example of like. She's doing this like literally it's changing the game. And like she has all these other like Black like younger country artists and like obviously they've been breaking into like country in their own way, but when you have someone like Beyonce to lead the way, it's like she's doing so much more than just like putting out an album.
Yes, you know? Exactly. And that song in general too, about like the civil rights movements and the women behind that. Like it's just so powerful to have Beyonce lead it and have these wonderful female artists up and coming in country to support and be like, it's like so like heart-wrenching but also heartwarming. It's just like wow. Like it's like it's so good.
And I also think Beyonce did the perfect blend of like calling out country music for what it is, like the institution of country music, while also honoring it for what it is. Like you can see that like by doing Blackbird, by doing Jolene, by having Willie Nelson and Dolly Parton, and like so she's not just like ignoring what it is or like the good that comes from it. It's like she's blending, like respecting it, but also like pushing it. I don't know. I can't say enough. Like I just feel like it's so. I mean, obviously it was a long time in the making, but like I just feel like it's such a good body of work. And like even if the music isn't your style or even if you don't like it, you can't deny that like it is a good, like an objectively good, strong, thought out album.
Yes, it is so cohesive, and I feel like we don't get artists who do that anymore. And then on top of that, she has like layered it so much that it's like such an interesting listen beyond the lyrics, you know? She's so thoughtful and everything. I was gonna say that she recorded this before Renaissance. Like she had this ready to go after that CMA performance with the Chicks. I think that's what they're called now. She had this ready to go. I was like, oh, Beyonce, yes, yes, girl.
But I think that just goes to show how much good she's doing. Like she was put in an environment where she literally blew everyone out of the water with that performance. But everyone was like, this is a Black woman singing country music. You don't belong here.
Exactly.
And rather than being like, oh, that sucks, like, blah, 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 she's like, no, I do. And here's why. And here's how. Like,
and I'm going to show you how I do it. Right?
Literally,
I'm going to do it so good.
Like, not everyone has the bravery, but, like, look at her career in general and, like, what she's doing. Like, I just,
It's so amazing.
I don't even, it literally is.
I hope she performs at the CMAs. You know what? People say the CMAs are going to be canceled next year. Because they're not going to let her
win every single award.
I know.
As she should.
Yeah. Yeah. I loved this album so much. I think
me too.
Lemonade really changed my life. You know it did. It changed my life. And this one is like right next to it. Like my first listen, again, I think you have to listen to it in order, and I love that she did that because all the interludes are so great. But my first listen, I was just like flabbergasted. I was like, how? I don't know. It was just
I don't know either, dude. Okay. Should we get into our top songs?
Let's do it.
So I have a whole lot of honorable mentions.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Like,
I have a couple.
Okay, so I have 6 honorable mentions. Sorry.
Okay, wait, how many do I have? I have 6 honorable mentions.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, that's so funny. Okay, I want to hear them.
So, like always, I didn't put my honorable mentions in any particular order.
Okay.
Because that's just asking too much. Because I like this album so much. Like, I feel like my top 3 are my top 3. Yeah. And then the other ones, like, you know. Okay. So, honorable mentions.
Okay.
The first, 2 Hands to Heaven. I think that's such a good freaking song.
Yeah.
Two Most Wanted, which is her song with Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
I just have to mention this about this song. This is what a duet should be. Like,
yes!
I just think Miley Cyrus was a perfect song to choose for this because her roots are in country, and we know she can do country, but she just doesn't do it often.
Yep.
But also, like, the back and forth was so beautiful. It was truly both of their songs.
Yes.
And, like, they have such different voices as well. Like, Miley's is a little rougher and a little, like, whatever. And then Beyonce's is a little more, like, softer, like, breathy or whatever. But then somehow they sound so good together. Like,
yes.
Those are 2 voices where you wouldn't automatically be like, they sound good together, but then you do it and you're like, oh.
I agree.
This is an example where, like, I'm sorry to bring this up, but, like, Yes and with frickin' Mariah Carey, where she's so loud, so overpowering. It's not good. It wasn't made to be a duet.
You can feel them fighting.
Literally.
You know?
But in this song, where you could have had these 2 strong, amazing voices fight each other, they didn't. Yeah. Like, you can see the respect.
Yes.
You know?
And they just blended so well together. I will say, I think it's so fitting that she asked Miley to be on this song because, you know, Miley is rooted in country, and also, like, Dolly Parton is literally her freaking godmother. Yeah. What a flex. So, I mean, that makes sense, but also I love it because I don't know if you, like, saw that performance of them doing, like, way back in, like, the 2000s of them singing this, like, breast cancer awareness song, and it was Beyonce and Miley together. Like, wait, no, was it Beyonce? Or maybe it was Rihanna. No, it was Beyonce.
No, there was, like, a bunch of people on that stage.
Yeah, but I think she was standing next to Beyonce, but she sang her part with Rihanna. But it's just, like, I was like, oh, this is, like, full circle. Like, I love it.
It literally is so. Okay, so then I have My Rose.
Okay.
I really like that song.
Yeah.
American Requiem, which is opening... It's not, like, one of my favorite songs, but, like, it's one of the most impactful openings that you could do.
Yes. Like, I agree.
It's literally insane.
Yeah.
And then I have Jolene, which I could have put that in my favorite songs, but I was like, the part towards the end in that song where she has kind of like the more like choral parts, like layering kind of, or like going back and forth. I'm literally obsessed with that. And then I also really like Daughter.
Yes.
You know how it's about how she like blended all these genres? Then she just whips out freaking opera. And I'm like, Beyonce, so how do you do that? Like,
can you be bad at one thing, please?
No,
like,
literally.
Please,
like,
I'm begging.
So I did R&B, I did this, I did that, I did country, let me just throw some opera. But it fits so well.
It fits, and it's like gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
Absolutely
It's literally gorgeous. Yeah. So those are my honorable mentions.
Very nice. I will say I thought it was funny that on Jolene, the only writing credit is Dolly Parton, but at the end she changes some lyrics to be real shady, and I'm like, Beyonce, that's on site. I was like, yes, Beyonce. That is what I'm expecting from a Beyonce's version of Jolene. But I love that Dolly Parton is still credited as just the writer, and I'm like, Beyonce, you know where to get flowers where flowers are due. Like, she does.
That's the thing.
She just knows it. Like, I love it so much.
Me too.
Okay, so my honorable mentions, they are not in order either. Okay, so cool. The first one is Dolly P, which I know is an interlude, but I think it's just so funny the way that Dolly's like, hey, I used to know a hussy too, but except she had different hair color, okay? I just love it so much. Next one is Blackbird. Love that song. Two Most Wanted as well.
Nice.
Just for Fun.
Okay.
Something about that song, I don't know. I just love it.
You just love it, yeah.
I love it. And then my last honorable mention is Yaya.
Nice. Very solid.
So many good songs. I know. It's so hard. Okay, do we want to go like our third and work towards our number one song? Okay. Yeah. Do you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
Okay.
So my number 3 is Blackbird, which we talked about. I think this is just the most beautiful rendition, and I think it feels... I know it's like one of the ones she like remade, kind of. Yeah. But like there's something so... I think... Like, it literally gives me chills that number one, like, to hear this song from the perspective of a Black woman, number one, at a time, like, when you think about when this song was originally performed by the Beatles. Yes. And then, on top of that, then you bring in all these up-and-coming, like, Black country artists. Yeah. And you see, like, the influence that Beyonce is having. I don't know. This just feels like kind of the meaning of like the whole thing. I don't know.
It feels greater than the song itself. It like almost feel like it has like ripples in like other places that we would have never known a single song could do. And the way that she has done it and artistically chosen to bring these women in is just like so amazing.
Yeah, no, it literally is. And on top of it, obviously, like, the melody of that song is beautiful. I love how her voice sounds on it. Beyonce has range like nobody's business. No, okay.
Yes, it's insane. It's insane.
It literally is.
Okay, my third one is Bodyguard.
Okay.
Which I don't know, like, how or why, but it's just something about this song. Do you know that Ryan Beatty, or whatever his name is, co-wrote this song with Beyonce?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was like a former YouTuber or whatever who like sang. I feel like you would know him if you looked up a picture, because he was like he was really big in like the OG YouTube area, and now he's like rebranded himself, and his album.
Him?
Yes, Theoni. He co-wrote Bodyguard with Beyonce. Isn't that crazy?
Whoa, that's nuts. I did not know that.
Isn't that wild?
That is wild.
I've heard that his album is so fantastic too. So when I heard that he wrote this, I was like, excuse me? That's crazy.
I have to go listen now. I literally have to go listen.
Yeah, but crazy. I love Bodyguard, so.
Nice.
What's your two?
My number 2 is Yaya. I literally, that song makes me want to get up and dance. Yeah. It's so fun. It's so cool. But when I tell you, my jaw dropped when she said, I'm giving the good vibration. He's giving me sweet. Because randomly, she's putting together perfectly. And then you throw that in from the Beach Boys. I'm like, what the like, I literally don't understand how she does it. My jaw dropped. I was like, I just hear that correctly. Yeah. We clapping. La, 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 la. Like, it's so catchy.
I will say, when my jaw dropped in that song was at the end of the song. I don't know. It was like towards the end when she drops to her lower register and she goes, or whatever the lyrics are. I'm like, how can you go that low? I was like, what is your lower range?
Her lower range is insane.
It's so good. I was like, I was like, no, you just did not do that. Because we heard her opera, right? It's like we heard all this stuff.
Literally,
I was like, girl.
She can do anything. She can literally do anything. And I forget if this is in Yaya or another song, but when she's like belting and she like growls a little bit and like,
yeah.
Oh my God. Like, I don't even know, bro. I can't even like talk. It's just literally, that song is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one is good.
All right, what's your number 2?
Okay.
I have a feeling.
Oh, do you?
But I'm gonna wait. No, I think I know your top 2.
Okay, wait. What you should say? What my 2 is? What is your guess?
I think your top 2 are Levi's jeans and Protector.
Oh, okay. Wait. So Levi's jeans as 1 or 2, and Protector as which one?
2 Levi's jeans and 1 Protector.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're correct about my number 2. I love Levi's jeans, okay? Yeah. Everyone, I need people to give the flowers to Post Malone that he deserves, okay? I think everyone knows him as an R&B hip hop kind of guy. And that makes sense because he came onto the scene that way, right? Mm-hmm. And that's kind of like the main brand that like blew him up, which makes sense. But have you ever heard him do country or folk? Like, well,
they call him Folk Malone. Like when he hopped on Dial Drunk with Noah Khan.
Noah Khan, yes. Like, he does those genres so good. And I'm like, of course he's on this album. And this song, Levi Jeans, is so addicting. And their harmonies at the end are gorgeous. Yeah. Gorgeous. Literally gorgeous. I loved it. Ugh. Okay, what is your number 2?
Oh no, my number 1.
Oh crap, your number 1.
Yeah, my number 1.
Number 1.
Do you want to guess?
I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna guess wrong, so you just say it.
Okay, so my number 1 is Bodyguard.
Shut up! No.
I
Shut up!
Love that song so much. It gives me Fleetwood Mac vibes. There is something that makes me feel like I'm like floating, but like you also, I think you can hear Taylor Swift in the song, which I think is so cool when she sings the yeah. I can't put into words what the song feels like, but it's like kind of sexual, but kind of free, but kind of floaty, but relaxing. It's literally like I want to listen to that song all summer with my windows down. Like
Same.
I love it.
So sexual in a non-sexual way. It's like not explicitly sexual. No, but it not. Is. And you're like, oh, what am I feeling right now? You're like, oh my God.
But I literally love that song.
So, my God, it's so good. Okay.
It's so good.
Wow. Okay, I love that. My number 1 is Tyrant.
Okay, that tracks.
I love a good trap song from Miss Beyonce. Okay, Partition. Really excuse me. Yeah. Partition. 6 Inch from Lemonade. Love. Okay. So when the beat drops in Tyrant, I was like,
you were like,
what am I listening to? Like, I thought this was country, and I was like,
there's another genre that she just throws in there perfectly.
I know. It literally is so good. I just love the song so much. Everyone's saying that it's her version of Jolene, which I totally agree with, but it's just so good. And the little, like, at the beginning, the little, like, quartet at the beginning about, like, the hangman, all that stuff, so gorgeous. Like, oh my gosh. So.
Literally, this is one of those albums, too, where I kind of felt this way about Ariana's album, where it's like, every time I listen, I hear something new or hear like my favorite switches around or I don't know. Like I just love it. Yeah. I really feel like I haven't listened to Taylor's album yet, but so I can't really say this yet. I'll give my opinion when I'm able to give my opinion on this more. Yeah. But I just feel like Eternal Sunshine and Cowboy Carter, like I don't feel like those 2 albums can be touched this year. I don't know.
I don't know, because I feel like there's so much music coming out. Like, I've heard Casey Musgrave's album is
I know.
fantastic as well,
But
which I have not listened to.
There's too much.
Maggie Rogers' album just came out as well, which is really, really good. And then Dua Lipa's album is gonna, like, I feel
Billy's
like
album is
yeah,
coming.
oh my god, and Billy's album too.
But here's the thing. I think for me, Ariana and Beyonce set the bar so high.
I agree.
That I can't see anything beating them or feeling more cohesive or feeling more of a story. You know?
Yes. I feel that Beyonce and Ariana are front runners for me. But Beyonce is just a little ahead.
Fair.
If I have to pick. But I know she won't get it because everyone won't give her album of the year. And then, like I said, the CMAs are going to be canceled because over their dead bodies would they let Beyonce perform again. So,
see, I mean, I could see, I guess I don't remember the difference between album of the year and record of the year. But
I don't remember either.
Yeah, so we'll see. But
because Lemonade was up for record of the year, but then that's when Adele won for 28, right? Yes.
Well, because
so I guess I don't know which one. Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to look.
Either way, I just love both of the albums so much that I'm like, I just hope they both. I know Grammys aren't everything, but if they both don't win something, I'm gonna be pissed.
You know what? At this point, I don't want them to win anything because fuck the Grammys. Okay? Honestly, like the Grammys don't deserve Ariana Grande and Beyonce. Okay, at this point,
literally don't.
So.
Goodness. Okay, should we go into our favorite lyrics?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. So, like usual, mine are not ranked because these were just like my top 3. So the first one for me is from the song My Rose, and it says, "So many roses, but none to be picked without thorns, so be fond of your flaws, dear." I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think that's really beautiful.
It is. It really is.
And this, correct me if I'm wrong, is My Rose the one with her child in it? No,
that's Protector. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about that.
Yeah.
But also, this is one of those albums, again, I don't even know if these are my favorite lyrics because there's so many lyrics. But I also have a hard time, like, it was easier for me to choose my favorite songs or talk about songs as a whole versus the thing. Because it's so much about, like, the larger story.
It is, especially for Beyonce's album, I feel like it is.
Literally, 100%.
Very nice.
Yes.
Same thing. My lyrics aren't really ranked. So my first one is from Two Hands to Heaven. Okay. It's, "I'm a stallion running, no candle in the wind. You won't ever see me coming or going, but you'll know whenever I'm here." Which I feel like I resonate with so much because I feel like I'm always running. But for some reason, I just always have a pulse on everything. And it's just like, I'm aware, even though that I'm running and I have like, I'm going at like 90 miles a minute.
Yeah.
And people won't ever know that I'm there because I don't ever talk. So.
You talk more than you think you do, girl. Yeah. No, but I love that lyric. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. My next lyric is for Just for Fun.
Yes.
It says, "I'm going down south just for fun. I am the man. I know it. And everywhere I go, they know my name." I mean, if that doesn't speak to the reason that she did this album in the first place, I don't know what is. And that was like, for me, like, just, it's, I'm going to go down. She's literally saying, I'm going to sing country because I can. I'm the man, which that says a lot, like, as a woman in country music, a woman in music in general.
And
saying,
a black
like,
woman,
I'm the
too.
man. Yep, literally, exactly.
Yep.
And she said, like, no matter what I do, everyone's gonna know my name, good or bad. Like, you can't ignore me because look at the impact I'm having. Like, pop off. Like, I love it.
The power that she wields.
Literally. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, my next favorite lyric is from Tyrant. It's, "Hangman, answer me now. You owe me a debt. You stole him from me. I hated you once. I envy you now. Just tell me how. Tell me how." Which is so diabolical that this part is the most catchiest part of the entire song. And it's honestly the most heart-wrenching as well. It's like, like I said, I think Tyrant is her version of Jolene, of just like giving up on her love, her man or whatever, where she's like, Hangman, I need your advice now because you've done it once. Now can you teach me too? And I'm like, oh my God, like how far do you have to push a woman to do that? So I'm like, oh my gosh. I love it though.
Yeah. No, I love it too. My last lyric is from American Requiem.
Okay.
So the lyrics say, used to say I spoke too country and the rejection came, said I wasn't country enough. So again,
yep.
I chose the lyrics, not like they are some of my favorites, but it's impossible to narrow down. But this one, again, I think points to what like her inspiration for this album was. Like calling out her performance at the 2016 CMAs where she was not welcome there. But she's basically saying like, here are the flaws in country music, but here's why I deserve to have a place here. So yeah, I just love that.
It's ridiculous though because she was born in Texas. Like I don't know how more country you can get that like that. And I think when she started Destiny's Child too, she had an accent, and that's why people were saying you're too country, you can't do R&B. So I'm like, then what do you want? Like I don't understand. Like what are the conditions to be country? But now it's too like she was too country, but now she's not too country enough.
Literally.
I'm like, whatever. Everyone just wants to nitpick at everything to like invalidate her. And I'm like, no, Beyonce's going to do her. Like,
she's going to do her and she's going to do it well. Look at the album.
Exactly.
Put some respect on her name, honestly.
Exactly. It's just ridiculous. Also, too, what fucking pisses me off is that there are so many people who moved to Nashville to pursue country and their country. Girl, you're from the Midwest.
Literally.
What are you talking about, you know, country? You just moved to Nashville.
Because it's a white person.
Exactly.
That's why.
Exactly.
Sorry,
and it doesn't... Exactly. And it doesn't matter that, like, Beyonce grew up in Texas and she had all of those... All the cultural roots to it, and yet she's still not enough. I'm like,
no,
you know
but
what?
that's exactly it. It's like no matter what, they're gonna find a problem with what she does, or they don't want to allow her to just be in the spaces.
Exactly.
So she's putting herself there, and
good for her. Yes,
because it's not an easy thing to do. I feel like she makes it seem easy because she's so powerful, but like it is not.
No,
it is not.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
All right, what's your last lyric?
Yes, my last lyric is from Daughter. It is, they keep saying that I ain't nothing like my father, but I'm the furthest thing from choir boys and altars. If you cross me, I'm just like my father. I'm colder than Titanic water. And I think the reason why, like, I don't gravitate to this song is because I think it hits a little too close to home.
Yeah, you're like, this is a little...
I'm like, I don't need to be called out every time, Beyonce. So, but I love it though, because it's like, I think she is saying that every time they aren't comparing her to her father, even though she might be her father's daughter. But now at this point, she's like, oh no, I'm gonna accept it now, and I am my father's daughter. Like I'm even worse. And honestly, there's something so empowering about it too.
Yeah.
You know? Where she like is no longer afraid to accept that. So.
Growth, man.
I know, right?
I don't know how she put... Sorry, this is just an overall thought, but like you saying that just reminded me. I don't understand how she fit so much into one album, one piece of work. Yeah. Like... She does so much for the rhetoric of so many different things.
I know.
So family stuff, music stuff, race stuff, cultural stuff, like a little bit of all the stuff.
Everything, yes.
Like I don't know.
It blows my mind.
It literally just... I've never like listened to a Beyonce album all the way through right when it comes out, honestly. Like I've always respected Beyonce so much as a performer, but I've never like really sat and listened to her music. But like I don't know why I didn't, because if this is what she's doing every single time. But I also think she's seen like with other albums too, like you can just like she literally can do everything, to a deep meaning album, to just a fun like sexual album, to like a house album. Like she literally, even on this one album, she showed us that she can do anything and everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love her. Wait,
If
have
you
you
don't
listened?
like
Have you listened to Lemonade yet?
I've listened to some of the songs, but not all the way through.
All the way
I
through.
know.
All
Yeah,
the way
I
through
know I need
in
to.
order.
I
Lemonade
know.
changed my fucking life. Like there's something about that album where it literally changed my life. Like I don't even know, but no, that one was really great as well.
She's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we finally got to talk about this.
Yes.
And the thing is obviously we talked about a lot, but we didn't even scratch the surface.
No, yeah.
There's
like,
so much. So you guys need to go listen, go read,
Yes.
go do all the
It
things.
is.
Because this album is like...
It's so
everything.
dense.
It's
Yes,
so dense.
it's very, very
Yeah.
dense. Yeah, but...
But Selena, want to tell everyone what we're talking about next week?
Yes, so next week we are discussing another album because none of the artists will let us rest. Okay, we're gonna have no sleep.
This
it's
is
the
the
next
year
club,
of music.
the next
I
club.
swear. Yeah, another club, another club, bus
Club.
another club. Yeah.
It's gonna be that. So next week we are discussing Taylor Swift's newest album, The Tortured Poets Department. I had a question for you. Did you just want to do the first album, or did you want to do the double album?
I think we have to do the double album.
Okay. She's a beast. That's the only reason why.
No, it's so interesting because I know all of Taylor's songs, but I've never sat and listened to a whole album.
Oh, yeah,
and you know, like, I am not, like, the biggest Taylor Swift fan ever.
Yeah.
Like, I respect her, but she's not, like, my favorite.
Yeah,
and so I've been trying to avoid any spoilers or any whatever so far because I want to try to listen to it as objectively as possible.
Yeah.
Because I recognize my own bias that there, so I want to give it a fair chance.
Okay. Good luck. Because like I said, it's dense, even for me, who is like a Swiftie. Like it is very dense. So like I recommend you, or even any listeners, when you do listen to the album, have the lyrics pulled up.
When did she have time to do this?
I don't know. She was on tour. She was literally on the US leg tour writing this album. I was like, girl, when do you sleep? I feel like I'm a piece of shit not writing an album and also going on a world tour.
Literally,
what am I doing?
What the heck? I know. Just crazy, man. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.